The next thing that I want to talk about is, I know what you're trying to do. I don't know if you've seen my stuff on like accelerators and drivers as it pertains to, guys and the way that they're shaped, sizes, what they do well, what they don't do well. This isn't to say that you should drastically change your approach to get more acceleration going forward, but I always encourage, and I know it was funny you wrote Max Scherzer because you move very similar to him. But I always encourage, especially at the youth level, is like, start training your body to adapt to a quicker tempo. And that's not to say your tempo is slow, but as you can see, as you lift, you're going to get in your hip coil here, and you're going to shift. And then as you're going to descend into your drive phase, a little bit of trunk tilt, which I'm all for. But I think we can maybe manipulate, or not manipulate, that's the wrong word, but maybe increase a little bit more acceleration rate with our body going into our drive phase, into our front foot strike, to have more energy to be blocked. All right. I'll program some stuff for initial move forward momentum. Again, it's just one of those like more of so encouragements than it's like, hey, you have to do this. My biggest takeaway when I program guys to, start moving at a quicker tempo or start getting more forward momentum in their initial move is two things, or three things. Obviously, the acceleration piece that I mentioned. And then second is the forward move, that forward little shift as you initiate your leg lift. You'll see more context on that in the report. That's going to help us. It's going to help and trigger your body to initiate your hip rotation earlier. Okay. So like, it's a quicker tempo kind of piece, right? So not that your hip rotation is late, but as you come down to this anchor point here, you can see that there's just a little bit, if we can get to, right around this area with our hip positioning, our pelvis positioning, while our trunk is still neutral, we're going to create more stretch. We're going to create more rotational energy. We're going to create more velocity. All right. And like I said, I believe just initial move forward momentum is one of those pieces that helps with that. Cause I see it a lot of times, guys that kind of defy that forward gravity, their hip rotation mechanics will just be a little bit behind, a little bit tardy, because you're trying to defy that gravity. You're trying to decrease tempo. And I forgot to mention this early, dude. On a mound, throw spikes. You have to, right? Like, look how much you shift here. So there's no block now because you're not throwing in spikes. And I don't want to say you have a lead leg block breakdown issue, because I believe that if you had spikes and you really stuck in the dirt, then you'd clean up a lot of different things.